I, like many people, grew up with an unhealthy relationship to my own creative process. I've always been a creative. I've always had this drive to make and express. I think that one of the gifts I have in this life is, my communication skills. I'm very invested in this reality. I see the discourse of our world, and I want to participate in it, and I want to participate in it through expressive means, and that's always been a through line throughout my life. But unfortunately, the gap between my taste, what I thought was good art, what I thought was meaningful contribution to that discourse, and my skills, my ability to, actually put that to paper, to put that to canvas, was that gap seemed insurmountable to me for a long time. So, growing up, I would try and draw a lot, but then I would look at like the artists I really admired, and I'm like, man, my drawings are shit, and just rip it up and all that. And so I was very self-conscious about my creative process for a very long time, and it was paralyzing in a big way. I mean, I think that my particular relationship to it was very extreme, and I had this great desire to express myself in these different ways, and also this immense perfectionism, procrastination. I had a lot of barriers to my ability to do so. So much so that, like, I think a very extreme example, maybe at the apex of all this, I went to college to study screenwriting. So I've got a degree in visual media production with a focus in screenwriting, and then a minor in writing. And I remember there was this one time I was writing a pilot, a TV pilot, and for a class, and I spent 4 days just binging Adderall and smoking like a pack or two of cigarettes a night, just pounding my head against the wall, literally, unable to like write a sentence. It was very extreme. I kind of had an epiphany around 2017 about my relationship to the creative process, where I recognized that it's very egoistic to think that we create anything, that, us as individuals are in our individual creative impulses are defined by everyone that's ever influenced us before us, and them, everyone that's influenced them, and all the way back to the creative founding of the human experience. We are just, echoes on the pools, ripples on the pools, trying to express some variation of the same thing, which is, love, which is connection, which is, I think it's something that's very foundational to the human experience. And when I learned to sort of separate my ego from my creative process, I was able to sort of embody it more wholly and just appreciate the act. And for me, collage specifically as a medium, I devoted a lot of time to, and was able to bridge that gap between taste and skill, purely because during that period where I was so self-conscious about my creative process, I didn't apply that same thinking to collage, because I thought no one gave a shit about collage. I did not take it seriously as an art form. I thought it was just some silly craft bullshit I did that I didn't really have to think about in such a heady way. And because I sort of ignored its potential, gave me the opportunity to actually develop my talent with it to a point that it became something that was commercially viable.